What's up guys, Element here with another video. So it's been a hot minute since we last spoke, and that's because Dragon Ball Super has been off the air for quite some time. This video I'm going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Super Broly, which we just saw, and I brought my brother who has never seen a Dragon Ball movie or a Dragon Ball episode in his life. I brought him to the movie to see it, to get his take from a non-Dragon Ball fan type of perspective. And yeah, you could check out that video that we did over on my Watching Sundays channel. The link will be down in the description below. So check out that perspective. It's really insightful coming from somebody who's never seen Dragon Ball in his life. But this is going to be my full review from someone who is a big fan of Dragon Ball. As you can see, I've got Blue Vegeta in the background. So let's get started. Right off the bat, the theater was full, it was packed, everyone was super excited to see the movie, and it was fun. I very much enjoyed the movie. I didn't watch too many trailers going in because I don't like to fill myself with too many expectations. I don't like to spoil myself on what's going to happen. So spoiler alert, if you have not seen Dragon Ball Super, go check it out. It's a great movie. You'll enjoy it. Try to bring somebody who's never seen Dragon Ball before because they're probably going to enjoy it too. So right off the start, we get this nice little setup, this nice little origin story for Broly. Obviously, we've seen this in the past with his movie back in the day. There's a little bit of changes here and there, but overall, it's still very much the same. We get to see Bardock again. We get to see Gine again, and the start of basically what we know today as Dragon Ball, as Goku is sent off to Earth and Vegeta is off on some mission with Raditz and Nappa. This conflict between King Cold and King Vegeta, with Frieza taking over his mantle and taking over the rulership of the Saiyan race, and the whole thing just dovetails from there. Obviously, Planet Vegeta gets destroyed, and we do have confirmation that Vegeta's brother Tarble does exist in canon, even though Vegeta doesn't really care that much. But overall, the movie seemed to take about 25 minutes on exploring the whole context and the backstory of this whole scenario. And I loved it, because if you are a Dragon Ball fan, you know just how much we get to see fights, because those fights will often span over like 20-30 episodes, but there's like 10 minutes, 5 minutes of fighting at most. And so this was a very, very nice treat for Dragon Ball fans. There's a lot of fan service, there's a lot of Easter eggs, there's a lot of fighting, which is something we love to see as Dragon Ball fans. And so we get this whole backstory, we get this origin story, and then we get to the nitty-gritty. They go to Earth. Frieza is stealing the Dragon Balls, of course, for his own little nefarious deeds, which is a point I wanted to bring up, because it seems like even though there's been always a touch of humor when it comes to Dragon Ball, I felt like they infused or injected a little bit of like just a tinge of Marvel humor when it came to why they were getting the Dragon Balls. You know, Bulma wanted to look younger, and there was these jokes around making it too obvious, and then Frieza wanted to be taller. So, I mean, just from that alone, I feel like the motivators in this particular movie are superficial and not really deep in that sense. However, the story behind Broly and his thirst for vengeance against Vegeta is definitely deep and ingrained in his upbringing, thanks to Paragus. So once they arrive on Earth, the fighting begins. It's incredible how little time they spend on the whole stare down, talking about fighting, everything else other than fighting. And we get to see what appears to be an hour full of fighting, which is incredible. The visuals, the powers, the fighting, the animation is all great. Now, there are some points in the movie where you'll just get a glimpse of like the B-team animation, where their faces will look distorted, or some of the animation just looks a little bit, off. But holistically, the movie is animated really well. The fights are incredible. They're godlike. They have this universal scale about them with each punch, and we get to see a lot of Vegeta, and you know how much of a fan I am of Vegeta. He gets to go through all of his transformations from Super Saiyan to Saiyan God to Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and Goku comes in and starts fighting. Oh man, there's just so much great action in this movie. And they do such a great job of it too. I mean, there are some moments where you can clearly see that they've tapped into some of the 3D engine, 3D animation that seems to be popular nowadays. And for the most part, it lends well. There is one scene where you can clearly see it's CG animated, and it's a little bit off-putting, but it's so little that you kind of get over it really quickly. But other than that, the whole fight sequences, everything felt so impactful. It felt so powerful, and the fight between Vegeta and Broly was amazing. The fight between Goku and Broly was amazing, and then the fight between Vegeta and Goku was freaking epic as hell. I just enjoyed this movie from start to finish. And to top it all off, we got to see a fusion of Goku and Vegeta to finally bring Gogeta into main canon. And that part alone had some humor to it. They obviously messed up on the fusion dance a couple of times, but they finally got it right. They finally aligned those fingers, and they got to fighting with Broly. Now, I feel like this movie was hinting at the fact that Broly's transformation, Broly's specific Super Saiyan transformation, is foreshadowing a Super Saiyan Green transformation, because he was putting up a good fight against Gogeta, especially when it's Vegeta and Goku fused together, strength amplified, going into Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue, and he's still giving them a tough fight. Granted, Gogeta was probably enough to bring down the huge Berserker, but in the end, I think we saw a glimpse of something new that potentially Goku and Vegeta can tap into. I mean, Super Saiyan Green is... I think there's a Super Saiyan Green. I think maybe it's something that's exclusive to Broly. Maybe it's something that is a combination of Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan, where it's kind of like the ape-like tendencies but in humanoid form. Paragus talks about that a little bit in the film, but I think this is the start of something really epic. And at the end of the movie, Goku, obviously he's being the nice guy who wants another training partner in Broly, and sets up that whole connection and that shoehorn into canon. So now Goku has Vegeta as a rival, he has Broly as a training partner, and who knows where the series is gonna go after this. Now, if you stayed after the credits, you'll know that it said Dragon Ball Super will return, but we did get confirmation of that last year, so that's all good and well, and I can't wait to see where the series goes from here, dovetailing from Broly's existence to the existence of Gogeta. And we'll see where it goes from here. But overall, the movie was fantastic. I enjoyed it 100%. It was good, fun, popcorn time, like my brother said. But that's going to wrap it up for my Dragon Ball Super Broly review. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I'm still working on Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior Able no Yusha. That's going to be finished. We're about 4 episodes away from finishing that, so if you're subscribed to my channel for that, stick around. That's going to be out very soon. Also, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.